And welcome to Clarity Over Chaos, the podcast where we bring peace to your profit and clarity to your books. I'm Heather Hansen, bookkeeping expert, systems strategist, and your go-to guide for taking the stress out of your business finances. Each week, we'll dig into real talk about what's going on behind your numbers, how to clean them up, read them clearly, and actually use them to grow. If you've ever avoided looking at your books, felt embarrassed by your finances, or just wish someone would explain it all in plain English, you're in the right place. Let's organize our numbers, optimize our systems, and bring a whole lot more clarity and calm to your business. Welcome back to Clarity Over Chaos. I'm Heather Hansen, your bookkeeping expert, systems strategist, and business bestie when it comes to taking the stress out of your numbers. Now let me ask you this. Do you usually wait until tax time to look at your finances? If so, you're not alone. But here's the hard truth. When you wait until April to deal with your books, it's not strategy anymore, it's survival. I started Hansen Ledgers because I saw too many smart, talented women building incredible businesses, but their books were messy, disorganized, or just plain ignored. They were hustling, they were busy, they were serving clients, but they had no real idea how much money they were actually making or losing. And here's what I want you to hear. Clean, clear books aren't just for your CPA. They're for you. They're your map, your measuring stick, and your power tool. So today, we're going to dig into why clean books matter, how they can actually transform your business, and a few simple steps to help get you started. Let's start with a little story. I once worked with a client who had been in business for 3 years. Every year, tax season looked the same. She'd hand her CPA a giant folder full of random receipts, late invoices, and a spreadsheet that hadn't been updated since January. And every year, she would pay more than she should, both in taxes and in accounting fees, because everything had to be cleaned up last minute. Sound familiar? It's like running a marathon with no training and hoping you'll cross the finish line. Sure, you might make it, but it won't be pretty, and it's going to cost you more in the long run. When you wait until tax time, you're playing catch up, you're reacting, and you're missing all the opportunities you could have had along the way to make smart, strategic moves in your business. Now let's talk about why clean books are such a game changer. First is profitability. Busy doesn't always mean profitable. You can have a packed schedule and still not take home what you want. Clean books tell you if your hard work is actually paying off. I've seen clients making $10,000 a month in revenue, but when the numbers were clear, they realized they were only keeping $2,000 after expenses. And that's not the kind of surprise you want to have. Second is spotting leaks. Numbers don't lie. They'll show you what's working and what's draining you. Sometimes the offer you love the most is the one that's actually costing you money. Or maybe you're paying for 10 different subscriptions you never use. Clean books shine a light on those money leaks so you can fix them. Third is smart decisions. When you have clear reports, you can make confident choices. Do you have room for to hire? Should I raise my prices? Is now the time to scale? Instead of crossing your fingers, you're making decisions based on data, and that's powerful. And then fourth is tax time peace. With organized books, tax season goes from panic to peace. Instead of staying up all night digging through receipts, you just click send. And here's the bonus. Your CPA will charge you less when your books are already in order. And last is opportunities. This one's big. Banks, investors, and grants don't care how passionate you are. They care about your numbers. A clear profit and loss statement can open doors that messy books keep shut. I've had clients who were able to secure loans or funding simply because their financials were organized and easy to understand. Now, let's shift gears for a second, because I know you might be thinking bookkeeping feels boring, overwhelming, and maybe even scary. Here's how I want you to reframe it. Your books aren't punishment. They're not some scary chore waiting to trip you up. They're your GPS. Without them, you're actually driving blind and hoping you don't run out of gas. With them, you know exactly where you're headed, how fast you're moving, and when you need to correct course. And let's be real, you didn't start your business to become an accountant. You started it because you had a vision, a passion, and a gift. Bookkeeping is just the tool that allows you to keep building that vision with confidence. All right, so let's get practical here. Here are a few simple steps you can start today. The first is to set a money date. Give yourself 15 to 30 minutes once a week to check in on your books. Make it fun. Light a candle, grab your favorite coffee, and call it your CEO time. Next, track expenses and income consistently. Don't wait until the end of the year, even if it's just logging transactions into QuickBooks or spreadsheets. Consistency is key. Then, review your profit and loss statement each month. Even if you don't understand every line yet, start looking at it. Over time, it will begin to make sense and you'll start spotting patterns. Get help when you need it, whether that's hiring a bookkeeper, working with a CPA, or bringing on a fractional CFO. Don't be afraid to invest in support. You don't have to do this alone. So here's the bottom line. Clean books mean clarity, confidence, and opportunity. They take you from reacting to planning, from chaos to clarity, from simply surviving to truly thriving. Your numbers aren't just data, they're your story. And when you learn to read that story, you can write the next chapter of your business exactly the way you want it. If you're listening today and thinking, Heather, I need this kind of clarity in my business, I'd love to help. Head over to hansonledgers.org or DM me the word clarity on Instagram or Facebook, and let's get you started. Thank you so much for turning into clarity over chaos. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if today's message hit home for you, share it with a friend who needs to hear it too. So until next time, let's keep bringing more clarity and a whole lot less chaos to your business.